Test 1, 2, 3. Not sure if I'm already live. Yeah, I guess I am. Alright. Let me just quickly check some things here. Alright. Okay, then let's get started. I did a little live stream before on Facebook. I thought I was live. I wasn't, so I need to redo a few things here. So let's go. Okay. Welcome everyone. I'm Ronald. I'm from 360Creators, and I've been working on 360Crafter. 360Crafter is a source available virtual tour software, which means that you can create your virtual tours with this, add navigation, add hotspots, all of that, while the source code of this software is publicly available. This is something that I'm currently launching, or I have launched this right now on Kickstarter. So when you go to kickstarter.com/projects and you search for 360Crafter, you'll find this online. And only today I have the last day that you can still get the super early bird reward for 120 euros one-time fee. And the rest of the month it will be available for 180 euros one-time fee. And yeah, I'm gonna need 75 backers to get this going, to get this kickstarted. Without further ado, let's get into this. So 360Crafter, once you log in, you'll be able to well, see this. And first thing you might notice is you have a workspace. You can create a new workspace. When you're creating a new workspace, then you have two options. One is to get this to the 360Crafter cloud and work in there. And the other is to bring your own S3 storage provider. And with this, you will actually be able to just have it also as a one-time fee. This is going to be some sort of subscription where you pay for the storage and bandwidth. But with this, you're basically paying your own storage and bandwidth, and for that reason, it can be priced like this. Now, when you do bring your own S3, then let's type in something over here. You'll see that you get the options to say, okay, the connection name, how it's called, the S3 provider. So you can say, okay, I have Amazon, I use Hesner, DigitalOcean, and you select your provider and then you fill out the rest of this form. Currently I have it with an encryption password using zero-knowledge architecture to not store your API key within the 360Crafter, so that it's fully like your responsibility, but it comes with some caveats, so I'm not entirely sure about this method here yet. But that's a small detail on how it's actually going to all work itself out. Oh yeah. If you're watching, please let me know in the chat that you're watching so that I have a little bit of an idea that I'm not just completely talking to myself like I just did with the Facebook. That'd be nice. So yeah, I showed you this thing with the workspaces. Right now I'm using the 360Crafter Cloud as the workspace, and in here I'm going to create a new project. Okay. Hey, Vertical Media. Nice to see you. In the create new project, we can say demo live. Awesome project, and you can select your workspace. I'll say create project, and once we've done that, we can get into there, and then we can start. Hey, Fyodor, nice to see you in here. And then we can start uploading some panoramas. So I'll just quickly get to something over here and drag and drop some panoramas in there. All right. So the first question that you get when you drop in some panoramas to upload is, do you want to have the compressed version only or also the original version? The reason for this is that compression has a lot of benefits. If you have low internet speed, just generally speaking, that it loads off super fast. But people usually don't want to be bothered by this, so you can just click here, upload free panoramas while this is checked on, and all your files are going to be compressed. So like if you have a 12 megabytes panorama, it will be compressed down to 3 megabytes, which is I think pretty awesome. And if you have a 40 megabyte panorama with, I think I had 12K resolution, also down to 4 megabytes or so. So it does a pretty good job. Need to double check this with people. Oh, something happened here. I need to double check this with people that are actually, photographers and have an eye for this. But to my eye, it looks pretty good. So yes, I'll say, okay, compressed version only. I'll upload the panoramas. For some reason, it is still showing the original file. Something I need to fix. And right now it's uploading also the second and the third panorama, and it just takes a little while. Yes, it's coming. You can see that there's trash icons. Something I've been working on is that you can trash it, and then it appears in your trash, and then you can actually completely remove it, so that you do not accidentally remove something. And you can restore it as well. Then once we're in here and the panoramas are uploaded, we can see that we have a few options over here. Give it a name, well, already does it from the file name. Hotspot minimization, which means that when we have hotspots in here, they turn a little smaller, just like how it happens with Google Street View. And show hotspot names, so that it shows a little tooltip on each hotspot. And a GPS location. So in case you have GPS data with your panorama, it will show that up here. And now we have some actions, which I'll dive into a little bit later. So yeah, let's start adding in some hotspots. So we have this blue button over here. Click on this, and we say, nice, I want to have that playing. So first thing, I'll just go to style. I'll change the background color and make this red. Okay. Then we have the option for SVGs. So we can say over here, I would like to do buying display, right? I mean, why not? And as you can see, the background color we can very easily change. The color of the icon itself we can also change very easily. So if you like to change that to something else, you can do that. I'm gonna leave it white, I think it looks best. We can move the hotspot to another place. It's very small things, I know. Those are the things that I might sometimes be a bit more busy with them. Yeah, I know it's, well, in any case. And over here we have the SVG thing, and I put in some presets of SVGs, but we can also just go to remixicon.com, just go through here, and we think, okay, hey, I would like to have this this line chart as a SVG. I copy this, I go into 360Crafter, select the hotspot again, and I paste this in, and now I just have this icon from from Remix Icon, just paste it in there. I can change the color. I don't need to re-upload an image all the time over again. So yeah, I think this is pretty awesome. Then we do have actions. So we can say, okay, let's link this to something else. So we can say, well, this one might go into the plane, but let's say something that we want to move to that place over there. We add a hotspot, then we say link panorama, and we say we're going to link this with hanger exterior. So, okay, done that. And when you click on it, it just selects the hotspot. But when you command click on it, you actually trigger the actions that are on that hotspot. So in this case, we're moving there now. And now we're outside. So we can just create a new hotspot and link it back to the interior and command click, and now we're inside again. So that's with the linking panoramas. Now I know that it still needs a little bit more attention, being able to make nice transitions going from one panorama to another, that you're able to select the camera angle view once you're linking a panorama. So these are things that are definitely on my mind, but just needs a little bit more time. Then we have the other actions. So we have an add notification action. So we can say, awesome, let's go outside. Take some air, and we can say, okay, let's hide this after 2 seconds. Add notification. Okay, I'm not entirely sure why it just turned, but let's see. No, I'm just gonna do this again. Add notification. Let's go outside. Awesome. 2 seconds, add notification. Yes, okay. Now we got the linked panorama and the notification. So now when we command click on it, you see, let's go outside. Awesome. I thought the notification makes quite a lot of sense because it can tell the user something about like what they're clicking on or what they're supposed to do, what their next step is. And it's a very easy way to communicate stuff, what happens within your virtual tour. So that's the notification action. Then we have download file. Yeah, you just link to a PDF file that is already hosted. Soon we'll also have something where you can just upload this into the software, but that will come a bit later. And then we have added visibility. So let's say we go over here, and let's say that we have these 2 hotspots over here. Let's see. Yes. I'll just make this red as well. No, not the font color. And say, okay, this is information one. Now, I might want to have like one hotspot that says, okay, show me the plain hotspots, right? So this I'll call show airplane hotspots. And on here, I'll say, okay, no, this is okay. Over here, we have something like an I. Copy. So this is showing these 2 hotspots. So by default, they should hide. So we can just hide them. Yes, there we go. Not that one. That one, yes. Okay, so let's hide them. And when we click on this one, I want to have an action that says added visibility, hotspot visibility, and then inside the hanger interior, I want to say hotspot 1 and 3. They should be showing. Okay, so now, yeah, it already triggers it. Let's see. Let's hide this one more time. So when we click on it, and now I do command click on it, you'll see I got it now showing up. So hotspot visibility is working, and this is also working from the skin, which I'll get in a little bit later. All right, I'm just reading the comments. The idea about the notification, yes, I think so too. Vertical media. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we got? So there's a few actions over here. There's a lot of more ideas to have other actions in here, but this is just to get started with it. Let's get to the skin. So we first work in the panoramas, create some hotspots, make those things in there. But then at some point we might want to have a little menu. Now, first thing you might want to do is create a container. So, okay, we got that. And note that the height is set to auto, which is something very basic in modern web design. But you know, from people that are using 3D Vista, this is quite revolutionary because now we can have just a container where we don't need to worry about the height. Meaning that when we put in a text and we drag that inside the container, note that the height is now changing according to how much text there is. So that's pretty nice. Now when we make the container a width of 5%, maybe let's say 10%, 15, then the new text over here, you can say awesome new text title that comes over here. And note that the text width is set to auto, so that means that it will take the space available within the container or within the whole canvas. And once it reaches that point over there, it goes down one line. So it's not being cut off or anything like that. I think those things are very important in terms of designing something that is going to be responsive, because you don't want to worry about, my text font is this amount of pixels, but if I have a smaller screen, I need to lower the font size, all that stuff. You might still do that, but it shouldn't be the thing that suddenly cuts off the text. That's just horrible experience. And I'm really happy to have these things here in place, as you can see. And when we add an image and we drag that into the container, yes, like that. Now you can see that when we select the container again, the height is adjusted to the image as well. Now I still need to figure out a little way to have these things, automatically below each other. Those are things that will come. From the top, let's put this 50 pixels or 100 pixels. And note that when we are setting up a certain value that is other than the default, the label turns blue. Now when you hit Option, click on it, or on the field at least, it will be reset back to the default value. And this way you can very easily see what you're doing in the skin. So I'm going to put this back to 50 or 100, and I do something else, and I'm just coming back to the skin, and I'm like, what did I do here? I just select the container, I'm like, yes, 15% width. That's the only thing I did on this container. With the text, no, I didn't do anything. The visible name should be corrected. And then with the new image, top. That's something that I did here. And so you can very easily recognize the changes that you've been making, which I think is pretty awesome. Now, I have here a logo that I hosted already. Let's see, soon we'll also just have upload options to just upload the logo inside the software, but for now we need to deal with the URLs. And I'll just put in the URL over here. And what we can do now is we can say, okay, image fitting, let's put this contain so that it respects the borders and that is just always visible in there. So now we have the logo, we have some text. In the container we can set a background color, something like a little gray color. You can also do a custom color, so whatever you see that makes sense. I'll just go for some gray. Okay. And these other things I still need to work on. Video is a video URL at the moment. And website embed, we can embed a website. Also virtual tour, you just paste in the URL. Preferably, I'm going to make it also work with iframes so that you can just or paste in like the HTML, so that you already create the HTML before, maybe using some AI, and then you just paste it in here so that you have your own design of things. That's stuff that I'm playing around with right now. Let's delete this. And then we have project settings where we can have the name, the description. We'll see like how it's going to be visible when you share the link on WhatsApp, on Facebook, or how it shows up in the search results in Google. That you know, okay, hey, I need to have this title, this image, and this description, have things SEO optimized. The things that I have in mind to create as we're going through this whole thing is that you're going to have pages for each panorama and each hotspot, so that in case you do want to be very much indexed by search engines and later on also AI with geo, that you're able to provide all that information to the search engine and to the AI, so that when you put in the GPS location, that an AI knows, okay, this airport is right here in the world, so that if anyone would ask about airports, that the AI can show the 360 to the user saying, hey, this is what we've got over here. And preferably that all the objects are also being recognized in there, all based on your own settings and if you want all that indexing. So yeah, those are the type of things that I have in my mind to work on. Very soon I'm really hoping to have a CMS integrated as well, meaning that if you're going to have pop-up informations, so you're going to say, okay, I would like to talk about the fire extinguisher. Okay, so now it's a little buggy. I have to refresh the page or something. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. And you would say, okay, I want to show hide some skin components. So let's say added visibility. We want to show hide this container that we just created. That you also have the ability to say, okay, I want to show the skin container with this title and description, but I want to trigger this record. So what I've done with 3D Vista and Skin CMS, but then integrated into the software. And preferably in such a way that it just works with local files, so that you can just import a CSV or a JSON file, and that all of this dynamic data linking is just working even when you're exporting a static package and put that on your FTP or your S3 storage, that it just works and you can just download it and it just still, works how it should work. And then next iteration on this would be that you can actually connect with any API, making a curl request, like HTTP request and stuff like that. And then you could actually link with any database to have your info pop-up screens all synced live with the database of your choosing. Those are the things that I have like as my ambition here. There's many more things to it, but I do hope that this is giving you a good feeling of like, hey, where we are right now. I can show you the export. So when we are exporting, I'm working right now on having the ability to just publish it, and that when you publish it, you instantly get the link because you're already running it in an S3 thing. We can theoretically just do that. Right now this doesn't work yet, but the export does work. So when we do the export over here, you can say, okay, export, then it's asking you to put this somewhere online. So I have my package there. I'll very quickly create a new bucket here on my second screen. Make the bucket public. Okay. Object browser. Okay, here we go. So here I have it. I unzip the file on my computer. Let's see, here we go. And I just need to have this one. Okay, so I unzip the file and I have these files over here. Created the bucket, YouTube. I drag and drop these files into there. Alright, cool. And now I need to go to my YouTube address. Let's see. So it's going to be /YouTube /index.html. And now I have like my exporter tour with the hotspots that can show the other hotspots. I have my skin showing up over here. So yeah, you guys can also check out the link s3.360grace.com/youtube/index.html. I'll just put that in the chat. I'll probably remove this very soon after. Is the S3 published link the index.html for the project? Yeah. So when we do the over here, the export, and we say publish, then this basically would send this to the same bucket that we're working in, creates a new folder /exports or something like that, makes that folder publicly available, and it will then make the /tour and then /index.html, and when you hit publish, you basically receive that link. I mean, I can show you right now when I do this. It's just fading. Let's see. Yeah, need to update some policies. But basically, maybe I can show something. No, later on maybe. So yeah, that's basically it for what I have right now to show. I hope you guys already like what you see. If you do have questions, just let me know in the chat or reach out to me in private. That's all good. Again, I have the Kickstarter over here. 12,000 euros is the goal. If that goal is not reached in 19 days, then everyone gets their money back. And if it is reached, then I can fully commit myself for the next 3 months to work on 360Crafter. But one way or another, 360Crafter is gonna get there. The only question is just when is it going to get there, and with what time frame. So if you guys like it, I would highly appreciate to have you guys backing the project. Let me just quickly show the rewards. So basically I got 2 rewards. They're exactly the same. It is bring your own S3 storage. That is for a fixed price. It's going to be 360 euros. And right now this offer expires today for 120 euros. One-time fee, unlimited software upgrades, and the rest of the month it will be available for 180 euros. Same benefits. And and once I have the V1 ready and is going live, it's going to cost 360 euros, and there will be very likely the 360Crafter cloud available, where you can pay a subscription, where you don't need to worry about bringing your own stuff. Now, if you're not familiar with S3 and how to set that up, there's an add-on available for 40 euros. Then I'll help you set up your S3 storage, so you don't need to worry about that. And that's going to be something with Hessner, probably for pay maybe 5, maybe 10 euros monthly for your S3 storage. It's going to be like very cheap. That's the idea, at least. And you can also use that for other things. I mean, S3 storage is super useful for a lot of other things too. If you have any questions, just let me know. Go on Kickstarter, search for 360Crafter, and let me know what you guys think, and if there's anything that I can help you with. Alright, appreciate everyone's time. Have a great day.